Survivors. Everybody's talking about the food shortage now, right? This is something we knew was going to happen like a month or two ago, but now we're talking about it. So yeah, there's a lot of the right wing blowback to this has been blaming the shutdowns, and that's not the case. The shutdowns have only applied to non-essential businesses, and the food supply chain has always been considered an essential business. The reason it's getting shut down in various steps along the path is coronavirus outbreaks inside the facilities. And the reason that's happening is because they're still packing people shoulder to shoulder together without any kind of protective gear. And the reason that's happening is because profit has always been considered more important than human life. But that's probably a story for another day, maybe in November. Anyway, my point is, if you haven't already started a garden, then you should probably start trying to grow your own food. Now we've always been hobbyist gardeners, so we're a little behind, weren't expecting the pandemic, but, and we also normally would have more plants from a nursery by now that we just don't feel like milling about picking out what we want this year for some reason. But we do have our thing. We've got some herbs from last year. Here's some rosemary, thyme, and basil, cilantro, and some mint down there. Got some onions going, and the peas are starting to look good. Those came from seed earlier. We do have more seedlings inside that'll be ready to come out soon, but here we've got some nursery tomato plants, and they will hopefully shade that lettuce so it doesn't die out during the summer as quickly as it usually does. We've got some peppers that have wintered over a couple of years and come back, so those will be heavy producers. More pepper and tomato plants inside, and some potatoes we have going on in another bucket somewhere else. And then, of course, we also have our weeds that these flower and bring the pollinators around so that they can help us out with growing this other fruit. But also, right down here we have like wild carrot and dandelion and purple dead nettle, and those make up a salad if you can't get anything else. And like underneath the wild carrot is called that because it is related to the carrot, and it tastes kind of like a carrot if you get them when they're young. If you get them when they're bigger roots, then it'll be woody, but you can always put it in a stew. The leaves are edible, but have rumored to have contraceptive properties, so and abortive properties, so don't eat them if you're pregnant. And if you're not pregnant, well, it's a pandemic, so the choice is up to you. It's probably a good idea to go ahead and just ignore that for now. But the main thing that happened here that got like America's attention is the head of Tyson Foods complaining about the problem with the meat industry. And it's not only a meat industry problem, but that is something that we're going to have to deal with. So turn meat into a side dish, use it sparingly, and we may have to come to the point where we're just foraging for squirrels. But anyway, stay home. See you later.